So when you're introducing your horse to something new or different, I like to walk away from them using rhythm. Then once they're good with that, you can turn and face them. And then if everything's all good with that, then you can stop and start to toss it up on them. You'll notice I'm using lots of rhythm. It's not stop, start, stop, start. I'm just kind of continually moving my stick and string, have it land on her, take it off, have it land on her, take it off. And change sides. What you do on one side, you want to be able to do on the other. It's very important to be able to do things both sides of our horses. Can I touch her around the legs? Is she all good with that? Can I touch the front legs, back legs? Can I add a little extra energy? Can I swing it over her ears? Be no big deal. Just little can-yous. And this here really causes her a bit of worry. You can see she's pretty worried about following that scary noisy tarpaulin thing. So again, I'm dragging it away from her and asking her to follow it. I turn and face, still moving backwards. As soon as she can get straight and kind of want to check it out, I stop and allow her to look and explore it a little bit with her nose. Then I start backing again, and you'll see I'm turning, and that's because she's starting to go out to the side there. She's left, so I just turn 90 degrees and have her follow it again. So long as she's following me and not running out to the side, then I'm good with that. As soon as she tries to duck out to the side, I turn so that she's following again. And I stop every time she makes an attempt to want to check it out. Here she goes to go out to the side, so I turn and bring her back directly to be following it. And she gets a little closer and I turn again. The idea is to have two eyes following you. There she wants to stop and check it out a bit, so I stop, allow her to do that, move again, just drifting out to the side, I turn, I'm doing big kind of circly 90-degree turns. And there I give her a bit of a break because she's sort of really making a pretty good effort to control her emotions there and be okay with exploring the scary thing. Nice lick and chew. Bit of processing going on there. The important thing is not what we're doing, it's when we quit doing what we're doing. So as soon as she makes an effort to want to explore it and not be all panicky and worried about it, then that's when I stop and let her have a reward for that. Like right there, she put her foot on it. So I stop and I kind of just say, yeah, right answer. And eventually she gets to a point where she can walk all over it a little bit. Still worried, but it's a good change from where she started. And then you just have to rinse and repeat some things until they get really good at it. Some horses you need to do things lots of times and repeat them often. Other horses you can move on fairly quickly. This horse is pretty skeptical about a lot of stuff, so I have to repeat things quite often with her just to help her mind stay engaged and to help all the worry dissipate. So right there you'll see she kind of followed it with a lot more ease than what she did to begin with. So when she can start following it and see there she put her foot on it, and I'm like, right, good, game over. Because that was quite a big change from where we started. People often ask me when to stop, and really it's kind of when you see a noticeable change. Now we're going to move on to following a steady feel. I'm going to close one finger at a time, ask her to drop her head. She's pretty light and responsive, that's pretty nice. And then I'm going to take a hold here. Now here I'm going to start to ask her to give me a little vertical flexion. I didn't ask for back up, so I'm going to correct that. So come forward a little bit until she just gives me the flexion. I don't want her to move her feet, I just want her to tip at the pole and give me a little vertical flexion off her head. The slightest kind of change in there, like as soon as she gives me that, I'll release. She's being pretty there. She gave a little bit, so I release. Ask again. Get the flexion. Don't go backwards. You really want them to just settle in the space of that halter. There, she gave a little bit. Now I'm going to say, well, can I go backwards a couple of steps? Keep that flexion. Can I shift those feet? Can I turn them back? By shifting that outside front foot around by tipping the nose in the opposite direction of travel. Now we're going to move on to the steady feel to ask the front end to move around. Just applying pressure as needed. So you start off lightly, and then if you have to increase it, you just increase it in increments, not be pushing on them. Reward the try there. I wanted to step in front of her foot, so you'll notice I'm kind of going to keep going for a 360 there, and then I rub her to a stop so she knows that's the right answer. Now the hindquarters, lift up on that rope and ask the hindquarters to step up and under and cross over. Now I'm going to start doing a little driving with her. So first off, I got to check out she's all good with the flag. Now I'm going to pick a point, look where I want to go, ask her to come with me. If she was going to walk past me, I'm going to take that stick and flag off her back, put it out in front. Right there, I'm going to send her out and around me. The difference is my hand was sending, not neutral. So right now it's in a leading position, my hand. I'm just kind of in neutral. We're just going along together. There, she started walking out in front of me a little bit. So I just put a little reach out there. That stick and flag allows me to be long like she is. So it gives me a neck and a head that I could say, hey, don't go past me. Let's go together. You can test this out by stopping and backing up a little bit. And then stop. Let's go again. And you can practice doing kind of walking fast. Now I'm going to walk slow, and she didn't stay with me, so I've got to say, hey, I'm back here. So we start off, and then I slow my feet down. See how she slows down with me there? And then I go, let's go again. And you'll notice my body position is I'm kind of in about the same area as where the saddle would go. To start with, you can do this at the shoulder and then work your way down towards the saddle area. The big thing to remember when you're playing this game is to keep a focus and a point of where you're wanting to head to. I'm walking directly to that post at the end of the arena there, and I'm kind of almost wanting her to put her nose on that post. Now I'm going to do a little back up here. I'm going to offer her a pretty good deal, and then I'm going to firm up a little bit and then finish on asking her with a light, polite question. Let her sit out there for a little bit. Could be guessing, but what I'm going to ask next. Now I get ready to draw her in, so I see my body language change. I have a drawing energy about my body rather than a sending energy. Now I've got a sending energy, and I'm propelling my energy towards her to say, hey, please back up. Just reach my hand out and around. I'm going to try and add energy at the spot she was standing. She only makes it halfway around the circle. So I go, thanks for asking, but out you go. Try and tag the ground where she was standing. Don't try and touch your horse. I'm just trying to add energy at the space where she was. If she happened to still be there, she might get touched with the flag or the stick and string or whatever you're using. Add energy, off she goes. She got the message. She questioned there, she nearly stopped again. She thought better of it. So I have in my mind how many laps I wanted to go. Once she's gone past my belly button a few times, I'm going to run my hand down the rope, lift up, look towards the hindquarters, and ask her to stop there. She wanted to keep going, so I'm particular about what I've asked for. I say, please stop and back up a step or two. Now this is putting the pieces together. Those first 3 games are the ABCs. Actually the first 4 games. So here I'm doing a little yo-yo back. I'm asking her to back out. Let her sit there for a little second. So you ask her a question. She's looking at me, checking in. What's next? Then I'm going to run my hand down the rope, send her out and around. This is what the ABCs lead to. This is the start of a conversation of doing something with the basics. I'm going to send her around a circle a couple of times. Have her maintain gait, maintain direction, look where she's going. That's her responsibilities. Now as she comes around this barrel, I'm going to start backing, drawing her in, and then I walk forwards, send her out again. She comes around this barrel, I'm going to start drawing her. Then I'm going to walk forward and drive her. This is a balance of drive and draw, which is a balance of respect and rapport. Rapport being the draw and respect being the drive. Then I draw her in, let her know she's done the right thing.